And a fetch for Chris, which is me, to start us off. Basic Island. Who is in Vegas rocking the 90s MTG playmat? I didn't get a chance to say hi. There may have been a few people out there. All right, here's a turn 1 Ponder.
Is the island the secret lair too?
Yeah, it's the Fortnite one.
Yeah, Fortnite. Okay. Turn 1 Savannah for Andrew. I'm passing the turn. So I didn't know what Andrew was on, so this game plays out interestingly. At this point in the game, I'm thinking maybe it's 8 Mulch or Green-White Depths decks that Andrew has played in the past. A Wasteland on my Savannah.
A little way. Okay. Combat. Yep. I'm brainstorming right there. Yeah.
All right, a Brainstorm on end step. I'm not sure if we got a raid. If we did, I apologize. I missed it. I was sorting through some technical difficulties for a moment there, but thank everybody for sticking with us as we crashed for a few moments earlier. All right, Brainstorm resolved on end step.
Misty, go.
Misty Rain Paris pass.
So, green stones for 1?
Green Sun for 1.
Yep.
That'll resolve. And a Terminus.
Catherine coming in hot.
Maybe.
Force of Fill like in the Terminus.
That was your That was your draw.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Wasteland pass. Fable of the Mirror Breaker. For some reason, we haven't seen this card too many times on this channel, but here it is making an appearance.
Yep.
I feel like we haven't seen it. Russian and Pizza with a great question. Is this the correct token? Technically, this is a legal token. Prismatic Ending on the Goblin token. Mystic Sanctuary tapped and passing the turn. Fable of the Mirror Breaker up to 2. Still at this point in the game, not really sure what Andrew is doing, but I'm having some issues with cards in hand versus colors of mana available at the moment.
Green stone for 1.
Green Sun Zenith X is 1.
Okay.
There's Elvish Reclaimer. Yeah, exactly. Savannah, Wasteland, Mystic Sanctuary. My mana has been awkward to say the least so far. For For some reason, it sounds like really windy or something, right? Like, what happened to the audio on this clip? I don't know. Hope everything sounds okay. Source of Plowshares gets rid of the Elvish Reclaimer, putting Andrew up to 21. Passing the turn. Fable will flip into Reflections of Kiki Jiki. There it is. Wooded Foothills. Just refreshing my memory on Reflections. Fetching. It does not have haste, so it can't be activated immediately. I'm finding a taiga here as Andrew. Tapping 4. Moloch. X is 2. So we're going to get 2 plus some counters, is that right?
Yep.
And just nothing else?
Nothing else. Just a 4.
Yeah, that's fine.
Pass.
All right, the Moloch resolves. Yeah, we're playing Warhammer block constructed at this point, right, everybody? There's a Caracas. Reflections of Kiki Jiki, not legendary, in case anybody doesn't know. Swords to Plowshares on Reflections. It's gone. Just a 4/4 left for Andrew, the Moloch. Yeah, Warhammer and Fortnite all over the place. Attacking for 4 with the Moloch now. Flagstones of Trocaire was the play. I'm still not really sure what Andrew is playing at this point in the game. I'm thinking this must be like the Naya Stompy deck, but so far no Stompy cards. No chalices or anything like that. There was a Naya Stompy deck that did well in a recent event, I believe in the UK, with over 100 players. Back to Andrew now, attacking for 4 again with a Moloch and another sword. So I've had plenty of removal spells, that's for sure. Yes, Hype Train Conductor JH Stock with a great reminder at the Axion event. Exactly. And I believe Birmingham? Is that right?
3 cards, yep.
Passing the turn now.
Go.
Side G or Caracas.
Beseiju Caracas.
Pull a white. Go to search.
Feeling kind of relieved that I'm getting to search my library for a land right now. I was a little worried, trying to think, why is Andrew besejuing my Caracas? Besejuing, that's a word, right? That's in the Webster's Dictionary. But I'm also very happy to finally get a red and a green mana available. So, crop rotation on Flagstone Social Care. And now I'm just confused. Now I'm like, wait, what is happening? crop rotation. What is Andrew going to find?
Present hand on 3. Do I still have a white floating? Oh, yes. It's my hand step. Yeah.
Yeah, you still do.
So I'll force negation.
All right, I use the white mana floating from my Caracas that got Boseiju to force a negation, the crop rotation, but Andrew will find a land of flagstones regardless. And now I have a wasteland available to protect against, I'm thinking, maybe Dark Depths? I don't know where this is going with crop rotation. Andrew's quite a brewer, so I also wasn't going to be surprised if, you know, it's just a plains here from the flagstones, but if the crop rotation found like Field of the Dead or something, I just had no idea what that crop rotation was going to do, but I selected Force of Negation out of my hand and fired it off. It doesn't even look like a Field of the Dead deck currently. Here's Minsc and Boo hitting the stack.
Yeah, I'll force that pitching Uro.
Force pitching Uro. And I had that Uro in hand for quite a while trying to get a green mana. And once I finally had one, I had to pitch it to Force to stop Minsc and Boo from beating the crap out of me. So now with a red and a green mana available, let's see what I do. Teferi Time Raveler.
I'll tick down.
Legacy Hype says, is this red-green Warhammer card that Chris plays great? I'm not sure which one you're talking about. You're talking about Moloch? Thespian Stage gives me a clue about where this is headed. So maybe this is just some kind of mid-range Naya Depths deck with Minsc and Boo and Fable of the Mirror Breaker. We did see the Elvish Reclaimers earlier in the game, so that's right. I'm remembering now as I was thinking this through. I did know that there was Elvish Reclaimers, so I was thinking like there must be depths in here. I still wasn't sure how Mirror Breaker and all that stuff, Moloch, factored in. It's just like a Green Sun Zenith depths deck. Anyway, here's Endurance coming in.
Yeah, I'll target myself. Cards in hand? 1. Good to go? Swords. In response to this? Yeah. Well, actually, you can't respond.
Oh, I can't respond. You're right. This is my end step?
Yeah, this is your end step.
Okay. Teferi. Old border Teferi throwing me off.
Yeah. All right, Old Boulder Teferi. Prevents any instant speed plays here with Endurance coming in. And its ability resolving back to my turn now. That was on end step. Prismatic Ending hitting the Elvish Reclaimer.
He's summoning 6.
I just played.
Yeah. Plus Teferi. I'll attack you for 3. I'll pass.
All right, my Prismatic Ending should not have been exiled, but there it is. Plusing Teferi. Teferi now at 3. Swords now fired off on the Endurance. It'll resolve. Plusing Teferi. I should have a Prismatic Ending in my graveyard, but I doubt it's going to matter. So now just passing back and forth here. Elvish Reclaimer. Force of Will. In response, countering it. And passing the turn.
Minus target nothing.
Activating Teferi, targeting nothing to draw a card. Ponder. Thespian Stage is available on the bottom left of your screen. I do have a Wasteland to stop depths at the moment. Here's Minsc and Boo. And there's the hamster.
Take here for 4.
Attacking for 4. And passing the turn. There's Dark Depths played from hand, so the combo is available now for Andrew. Dark Depths and Thespian Stage. I do have a Wasteland though. Passing the turn.
Yep.
Plus Teferi up to 2. Uro. Draw my card, put a land in. Only 3 cards in the graveyard currently. I'm not currently playing any Molochs in this list. I posted my list in our Discord in the deck list check section if you're interested. I do not have Andrew's list.
You have top rotation?
Thinking about what to do here with Minsc and Boo. Andrew's at 19.
I'll plus target the hamster.
Yeah, you go.
Alright, gonna make Minsc and Boo. Gonna turn Boo into a 7/7 and attack for 7.
Go ahead.
Passing the turn. Teferi's at 3.
Copy Wasteland.
Thespian Stage activating here. Targeting Wasteland, I believe. Targeting my Wasteland with Thespian Stage on end step.
I'll reset and respond.
I'm just going to respond by wasting the stage. Then another stage for Andrew. I do have Teferi available to bounce a main phase Dark Depths
Yes.
on my turn. Here's another Fable of the Mirror Breaker making a token. It's actually on chapter 1.
Pass and on your upkeep. I'm gonna make an action.
Okay.
Upkeep.
On my upkeep, trying to create a Marit Lage, it resolves. Teferi can bounce it. Or is Teferi at 2? I can't tell now. Teferi's at 2, actually. Teferi's at 2. My mistake. Can't bounce. Teferi plus is up to 3. Prismatic ending on Marit Lage.
Go to combat. Attack with blue.
And attacking for 7.
You can block 5 of it, then you can fling it.
Block.
Take
12 total.
Looks like it's happening here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go.
Alright, Andrew scoops it up because he realizes I can just minus Minsc and Boo.
Fine, I will put a card of my choosing on the bottom. And right ready to go.
All right, putting one card on the bottom and ready to go. Wooded Foothills fetched. Savannah. Carpet of Flowers. It'll resolve and then pass the turn. Misty Rainforest pass. Mountain. Thalia. Another unexpected card out of Andrew's deck. I was not counting on a Thalia showing up. Thinking about responding. Fetching with Mr. Rainforest in response. Tundra. Brainstorm. So firing off a Brainstorm with Thalia still on the stack. See if it resolves. Wasn't completely sure I had a sideboard against this deck. I mean, some obvious stuff like Minsc and Boo and Fable of the Mirror Breaker were considered when I was sideboarding. I do have one Hydro Blast, one Blue Blast in the sideboard. But beyond that, I was a little bit unsure what to do. Wasn't sure what kind of nasty surprises Andrew's deck had in store. Sylvan Safekeeper now on the board. Only currently able to make one mana off the carpet. I was thinking about cards like Choke. I was thinking about cards like Terminus for the win, yeah. We'll see. Looks like a White Plume Adventurer was in hand for Andrew. Adding a mana with carpet now. And there it is, White Plume Adventurer. It's going to resolve. I don't have any counter magic. At least not that I remember.
A whole lot of sideboard right there.
People are sleeping on this card. This card is good.
This card's so good. I want to pick up two more.
Yeah. Do it.
So I search for a basic.
Yeah. Plains. Right? Or any basic.
Isn't Safekeeper a World Championship player card? It is similar. It is, like they've been doing for Paulo Vitor and Javier Dominguez, World Championship player cards. This was they called it the Invitational, or
between going that way and going.
Oh yeah, what was that event called where Sylvan Safekeeper and Meddling Mage were created? I forgot. All right, so a basic land got searched up here by the first room of the Undercity. Innswole, thanks for the follow. Welcome. Attacking for 3 with Sylvan Safekeeper and Thalia. And untapping White Plume Adventurer. Terminus going on the stack in my draw step. MTG Invitational. Yeah, I guess it was just called the Invitational. All right, Terminus put those creatures on the bottom, but Andrew will keep the initiative, and we'll see how that plays out.
Upkeep.
I've just played a Wasteland. Going to room number 2 here and scrying 2. White Plume and Generator, 4 game pieces. Yeah, that's true. Innswole says, hello, good to be here, always watching your YouTube videos, but now I found you live. Good to have you here. Good to have you here. This is the real show. Welcome. All right, so the Scry, I think, left them on top. The next room is either the next rooms are either goad a creature or get a treasure. So that's probably what Andrew will most likely be making a treasure next turn. It's unlikely I will be taking the initiative this turn unless I slam a Minsc and Boo and attack. No other haste creatures in the deck. Fetching with Scalding Tarn. Taiga. Tapping 3. Uro. So Uro will not be able to take the initiative this turn, but I will be able to gain 3 life, draw a card. Make a land drop, potentially. Second Wasteland. So now I have some protection against Dark Depths, which I'm happy about. Trying to figure out how to take the initiative before the ultimate is going to be tricky. All right, here's the treasure token as expected. Nice Ixalan. Treasure. The next room on the Undercity.
And, red.
What does it do? It's the other one that isn't. The lose 5 life one is on the other side of the dungeon. This one I forgot. Here's Minsc and Boo though for Andrew, which is pretty rough. Puts 3 counters on Boo. Attacking for 4. The next room might actually be... I gotta remind myself. The next room is to create the 4/1 Menace Skeleton. I'll share the initiative card in the chat. The Undercity Dungeon. So the next room is to create the 4/1 Menace token. I couldn't think of what it was. Everybody has all the dungeons memorized, right? Everybody knows what's going on with that? Does anybody watching right now not have all the dungeons memorized? Prismatic Ending on Minsc and Boo. Force of Phil says, the more I think about Initiative and Monarch, the more I dislike them because of how uninteresting snowball effects are. Yeah, I guess they're really just for multiplayer.
Yep.
All right, here's a 4/1 skeleton. Black skeleton.
Red.
Good job, Andrew, having the token. Carpet of Flowers adds some mana here. Tapping it. And a second Minsc and Boo. The ultimate on the Undercity will be next turn, unless Andrew manages to take the initiative again this turn or enter a dungeon. Minsc and Boo will go up to 7 power and attack. I'll go down to 5.
You go.
All right, Andrew takes game 2. Mr. Atog says not so much difference between initiative and a resolve planeswalker. That's true, yeah. It does create planeswalker type of effects.
Yep.
But you can't really stop from happening unless you attack. All right, so a fetch here and Prismatic Ending on Reclaimer on my first turn. Reclaimer is a key card in these depths decks. Do have to remove those if you can.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, a Comet Stellar Pup could have won me the game there if I rolled some crazy numbers. That's for sure, Tislo. Savannah and a snow-covered mountain for Andrew. I'm still unsure at this point in time, and still sitting here today, if this deck has Field of the Dead. I don't think so, though. It seems like Andrew's running a lot of the same named lands. But it was on my mind when I was sideboarding. Here's Yavimaya.
Now we're talking.
Why couldn't Andrew play a Yavimaya early in the game in game 1? It would have helped me out a lot. I needed green. All right, there's Taiga. And there's Teferi Time Raveler.
It's good.
Okay. Resolves. Just drawing a card.
Go ahead.
Passing the turn. Wasteland. See a Dark Depths in hand.
Six cards in here?
Yep.
Yeah, my mana base is perfect. Force of Fill. Ooh. I actually don't remember the name of this card, but it's the green initiative rare from Baldur's Gate.
Where's the name?
Does anybody know the name of this card and can help us out?
I'll force that. Brainstorm.
Force pitching Brainstorm on the initiative creature. We saw how fast the initiative got out of control in game 2 when I was unable to attack and take it. Ponder. Leave them on top and draw. Playing a Misty. Looks like a Wooded Foothills was drawn here for Andrew and fetching. Tendrils for the win. Thanks for the follow. Welcome. Here's Plateau. Tapping for Minsc and Boo. Hydroblast. Hydroblast pretty good at stopping Minsc and Boo.
Playable Mechanic.
Mechanic Island. Plussing Teferi up to 3 and passing the turn. Looks like a Thalia was just drawn for Andrew. Endurance.
Okay. Okay. On bottom.
All right, targeting me, putting my cards back on the bottom. Maybe thinking I might have Snapcasters. Here's Thalia. Also, Teferi prevents any instant speed endurances. RJ Fontes, thanks for the follow. Welcome. Brainstorm happening here on end step. Well, actually, in response to Thalia, I believe. This is in response to Thalia. All right. Now, Terminus gets fired off here. Set that up with Brainstorm. And a fetch.
Is that in response to this? Or is that in the graveyard?
Oh, no, this is already in the graveyard.
Yeah, Terminus has been pretty good in this match for sure.
Get a basic.
Got out of a couple of jams. I kind of needed it against Boo and the Skeleton token in game 2, but there are only 2 copies of Terminus post sideboarding with this deck. So, whoa, Andrew just throwing my cards all over the table. Andrew just took my cards and threw them.
Draw my card.
No respect.
I did not plus this yet, right?
All right, plussing to Ferry, just clarifying that I had not yet touched it. Andrew agrees. YouTube commenters will triple check. Back to Andrew now. Plays at Dark Depths. All right, so Dark Depths is on the table. Passing the turn. Narset. Minusing Narset. Swords to Plowshares. That's pretty good against Marit Lage. Ponder. Draw off the Ponder. No shuffle. Plus to Ferry. Passing the turn. Moving a counter on end step from Dark Depths. Very nice. 9 ice counters left. Let's see what Andrew slams on the table this turn. Taiga. No real, like, prison effects from Andrew's deck so far. Just slamming initiative creatures in Dark Depths has been a lot to fight against so far. Just keeps throwing threats at me. This game 3 has been a little slow. Minsc and Boo got Hydroblasted. All right, tapping 5. Something's happening. Green Sun in X is 4. I'm letting that resolve.
Remember what I've got.
I do have a swords. Andrew and I, between games, were discussing new card from Brothers War Commander called, let me just get the name here, Root Path Purifier. It's a 4 mana, 3 and a green, 3/4 elf druid that says lands you control and land cards in your library are basic. What's your evaluation of that card so far, chat? Is that a future Legacy staple? Is that going to be a fringe card? No play? Root Path Purifier, what do you think? Yeah, I can finally fetch my Tabernacle with Prismatic Vista. That's true. I don't have a Tabernacle, everybody. I don't even want one at this point.
Okay. If you counter it, I don't draw.
Okay, we were just clarifying Teferi ruling. If I target something with Teferi and Sylvan Safekeeper gives that creature Shroud, I do not draw a card, was the ruling we looked up on magicrulings.com. We looked it up on Scryfall. How does it work with Blood Moon? So it would make Blood Moon do nothing to your lands. Because they would be basics. Gare the Square just called my Teferi goofy. Okay. That's interesting. Yeah, if all targets go away, the ability is countered. Or fizzles, as the boomers like to say. Never seen that island art before. Yeah, it was an exclusive. All right, here's Minsc and Boo. On my side this time. And attacking with the hamster.
Plus the fairy.
plus Teferi.
And I will pass the turn.
Pass the turn. So the Swords of Plowshares in my hand has been made a lot worse by this Sylvan Safekeeper, which is a real pain in the butt. And now I'm very much worried about Marit Lage. Plenty of lands to sack. Elvish Reclaimer hitting the stack. Sylvan Safekeeper thinking about attacking here. Let everybody see life totals a little bit easier. Remove the overlay. Narset down. Teferi. Alright, a Swords on Boo.
Yep.
Boo's down. On Andrew's end step, I'm attempting to Swords Reclaimer. And it resolves. Maybe thinking about sacking to Safekeeper here.
Oh, waste a Tundra, so I gain.
Wasting my Tundra in response. And then letting Reclaimer die. Minsc and Boo makes a hamster. This is turn 1 of extra turns. I just got put on the board. Turn 2, actually. Excuse me, turn 2 of extra turns. We hit time on my last turn. Teferi up to 7. Minsc will pump Boo. Yes, this is the Legacy Weekly here in New York City. And here's Uro, putting me out of Marit Lage range. Putting a Misty Rainforest into play. Passing the turn. Removing a counter from Dark Depths on end step. This is turn 3 of extra turns. Attacking Minsc for 1, putting Minsc down to 4. Passing the turn. This is turn 4.
Ending.
Well, end step Prismatic Ending on Sylvan Safekeeper.
Remove counter. And
Removing a counter from Dark Depths in response, and then sacking a mountain to protect. I was able to cast Prismatic Ending at instant speed. Brainstorm.
I wasn't even thinking about using it before. I've made so many mistakes. I might have actually won this game if I did it.
This is my last turn. Trying to figure out if I could kill Andrew here. Minsc is at 4. I could attack for 4. I don't have burn spells in the deck.
You have 1 card in hand?
Yes. But I can't cast that.
Yeah. No, I know. Just trying to think what I should do here.
I'll help you out. I'm just going to remove a counter from this.
I think we're a draw.
All right, we're discussing here. We're a draw.
I can't believe I didn't just sack
GG's.
I was like, oh no, it's dead.
Good games.